Hey guys, welcome back to The Kind of Beauty, cruelty-free and vegan beauty reviews. Today I'm going to be reviewing two items from Too Faced's new Tutti Frutti collection. I have the Do You Full Coverage Fresh Glow Foundation, and I have the It's Bananas Brightening Setting Powder. I think this collection looks really fun, it looks new, it looks fresh, and what I loved was that a lot of the items in this collection were vegan. Actually, I would go so far as to say that most of the items in this collection were vegan. I think there were a couple of lip glosses that weren't, and there were a couple of like bronzer duos that weren't, but most of it was vegan, and they're labeled as such on the website, so it's easy to go on Too Faced website and see which products are vegan and which products aren't. I feel like I've been doing foundation videos a lot lately, and that's because I've been buying a lot of foundations lately. I'm just kind of trying to switch it up a little bit, and I figured, you know what, let me try this one because this is a hydrating foundation. It is full coverage, which is really hard to find. It's hard to find a full coverage hydrating foundation that isn't actually like a medium coverage foundation, so I'm pretty pumped to put it on. As always, all of my products that I review in my videos are both vegan and cruelty-free. So I wanted to give you guys some information before I put everything on. I'm on Too Faced website on my phone. So I wanted to go over the foundation first. It says, Do You Full Coverage Fresh Glow Foundation. Hydrate and brighten your complexion with this long-wearing watermelon, cucumber, and vitamin C infused gel cream foundation that covers every flaw while creating a dewy, fresh, and luminous glow. Do You Full Coverage Fresh Glow Foundation leaves skin ultra hydrated and brightened with its exclusive gel cream formula. Your complexion glows with a dewy satin finish thanks to the non-comedogenic formula infused with soothing watermelon and cucumber. Oh, and it is formulated without gluten and parabens, so my celiac friends, you can use this foundation too. And now the It's Bananas Brightening Setting Powder. It says, yellow powder brightens and flatters skin with golden undertones when placed on high points of the face for a matte highlighter. Yellow tone neutralizes redness on very fair skin. That's good because I have some redness on my very fair skin. Can be used to set concealer under eye for brightening. So I like all these promises about brightening because I definitely need some skin brightening. I like that it's hydrating. This seems like it was made for me. Let's put it on. Okay, so I've zoomed you guys in. I bought the shade Swan, which is the lightest shade of both this foundation line and their Born This Way foundation line. Okay, so this is what it looks like out of the package. You get 1.35 fluid ounces, which really doesn't sound like a lot, but 1 fluid ounce for foundation is pretty standard, so you get a little bit more than the standard. All right, I'm gonna pump some out on my hand. Let's see, oh, the pump works really nicely. It smells exactly like cucumbers. Oh my gosh, this like reminds me from my childhood. Like everything was cucumber scented in the 90s, I swear. It's got a really nice tone to it. It's nice and neutral, and it feels super creamy on my hands. That feels really hydrating. I was kind of worried because it said something about being like a gel-like foundation, and it just feels like liquid foundation. There's nothing like different about it particularly, but it's super smooth, and as you can see, a little bit goes a long way. So I'm gonna put a little bit less on my face when I apply it. So on the website, it says applying with fingers is best. I'm a little bit nervous about that because I don't usually apply my foundation with my fingers, but I'm just gonna do what they're saying to do. I'm gonna trust them that they know their own product, and I'm gonna go out of my comfort zone a little bit and apply with my fingers. I can't get over how fruity it smells. It's so perfect. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with my fingers now. This definitely is kind of weird for me applying with my fingers, but I mean, it's working. It's spreading nicely. I feel like it is streaky though. And I know on camera it looks like, from what I can see, it looks really light, but as you can see, it matches my neck really well. So just ignore my chimera face right now, or don't ignore it, you know, because a lot of people are like that. Not everyone has the same, you know, complexion as, you know, or the same skin tone as, say, their neck or their chest. It's very normal. Most people are like this, I think. Okay, so just on one shot, just kind of like first impressions, It definitely can be a medium coverage foundation if you want it to be, which is great. I love having that option because sometimes I don't want a full coverage foundation. So I like to have that option. It covered up my dark circles really beautifully. Like I feel like I could put this on and not wear concealer, which concealer is really important to me. So I feel like I could just walk out of the house just wearing this foundation and I wouldn't have to put on concealer. It feels super soft. Like I feel like I just put like lotion on my skin. It feels so soft, but not greasy at all. It feels like soft skin. So just for the sake of, you know, of trying things out, I do want to try the rest of it with the Beauty Blender just to see how it works because I can't really see myself applying my foundation with my fingers every day, so I'll be right back with a Beauty Blender. So I'm gonna apply a little bit more with the sponge on this side. I'm gonna go over it again just to see how it builds up from medium to full. So it went on really nicely with the sponge. I don't know why they said to apply it with your fingers. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but my skin looks beautiful, it looks flawless, and it's very dewy. And I think that's also because I'm using a wet beauty blender. Maybe if I was using a dry one, it would be a little bit more of a natural finish, but I'm gonna set it with the powder anyway, so it's fine. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and finish up my face. So I can definitely tell that it's oxidizing on my hand. I don't know if you can see, but the bottom little like V looking swipe here, it has oxidized a little bit, and the top little glob here I just kind of put on. I'm not seeing it oxidizing on my face, so far so good. I'm going to be doing an all-day wear test, so I'll let you know if it oxidizes, but right now it looks fine. So first impressions, my skin looks beautiful. It's more dewy than I would like it to be, but as far as my complexion goes, it has evened it out really nicely. I wouldn't call this a full coverage foundation. Like even after layering it on, it's pretty reliably medium. Like I can still see my freckles a little bit, and that's fine because I like that. But if you're looking for like a super full coverage foundation, I don't know. I mean, you might have to layer it on a lot. I'm kind of nervous about doing that. I don't know. I like that kind of medium, light to medium coverage look. So yeah, if you're looking for super duper full coverage, this might not work for you, but if you're okay with like a medium full coverage, then it'll work just fine for you. Yeah, my skin looks flawless. I really am just loving this. It has the perfect undertone for me. It's really balancing out my redness really nicely. The only thing that I'm not really liking about it is that the cucumber smell was kind of fun on the back of my hand, but all over my face, it's a little much. So I'm hoping that the powder can kind of minimize that for me. I don't know. I'm not really into that, but I'm hoping it'll go away. I'm gonna go ahead and put on a concealer just so I can see how the powder interacts with the concealer, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so concealer is on, my handy dandy trusty Tarte Shape Tape concealer, which I know works really well for me. So if it starts to separate, I know that it's not the concealer, I know that it's the foundation. I think my concealer took really well to the foundation and vice versa. My concealer felt really creamy and just like really, it was easy to blend it out. So I think the foundation actually helped it along. So now we've got the Tutti Frutti It's Bananas Brightening Setting Powder. I'm excited for this because I feel like I use the same setting powder for everything, which is fine. I mean, we all have our trusty things that we know and love, but it's nice to have something new once in a while, and especially something that promises to brighten your complexion. I love this. It has bananas all over it. This is super cute. This was the most expensive setting powder that I've ever bought. This was $30. So I really have to love this because I don't know, maybe for a lot of beauty people that's not a lot, but for me, $30, that's a foundation, you know what I mean? Like I don't know, I almost didn't get it, but I felt like I kind of had to just to pair these two together to see how they work together. Okay, so open it up. Oh, it's magnetic. Oh, that's really cool. That's really nice. I guess I'd expect as much out of a $30 setting powder. It's got this cute little mirror on the inside. It's got a little banana sticker. Oh, this is the most adorable thing I've seen all week. This is literally the most adorable thing I've seen all week. Look at that little banana. It's so happy. It's got its little grass skirt. This is going to be hard to return this one, even if it's like, I don't know. Are you guys seeing funky things in my mirror? Whatever. You know that I'm filming things. You know that I have equipment, right? Anyway, Alright, so this promises to brighten my complexion. I'm going to be using my Spectrum Collections A00 brush, my trusty, awesome powder brush that always makes me look gorgeous. I'm going to go in there. It does smell like bananas. Well, it smells more like Smarties. It does. It smells like Smarties candy, which are vegan, by the way. It's much lighter than the foundation smell, so I'm hoping that it'll kind of even things out. I don't know. It's mattifying things nicely, but I feel like I look really powder puffy. It's definitely not, my first impression is that this isn't my favorite setting powder, but I mean, I've seen setting powders kind of get better over time. It's not common, but it happens, so I will hold out hope. I'm going to be wearing this for several hours, so, you know, I'm not going to judge it based on what it's doing right this second, but if it's still like this after, you know, after a little while, then I might just have to can it. I don't really notice that my skin is any brighter. It's very matte. I thought it might have a little bit of a sheen or a sparkle to it, but it's a very matte powder. I'm not really seeing the brightening effect that I was hoping for. I'm actually really surprised because typically when companies make foundations and setting powders to go in tandem, they're usually like amazing together. I'm not getting that wow factor right now. It's not horrible. It's not bad, but it's not blowing my mind. I don't know if this is worth $30 to me. The cute little banana in the grass skirt almost was worth $30 to me, but I don't know. It's kind of making my makeup look a little cakey, whereas before it looked really flawless and beautiful. It feels very powder puffy and heavy now. Now it looks like a full coverage foundation, but it almost looks like a full coverage matte foundation. So I feel like it's pulling on my dry skin. I feel like it's not doing this foundation any favors. I might have to try this foundation with a different setting powder just to see how it responds, because maybe it just doesn't respond well to any kind of setting powder. For now, I'm just gonna have to hold out hope that once this all settles in, it'll look a little bit better, but right off the bat, I'm not really digging the setting powder, and I'm bummed because it's adorable. Okay, so I'm gonna wear this for the rest of the day. It's about noon right now, and I'm planning to kind of take everything off around 8 or 8:30, so I'll get 8 hours of wear with this. I'll see how it wears throughout the day, and I'll check back in with you. Okay, so it's about 8 o'clock. I've been wearing this for about 8 hours or so. I feel like the powder it just looks like it's just kind of sitting on top of my skin. It's really not very flattering at all. It looks very powdery. It's not separating or anything. Like, it doesn't look cakey, but it's just not, to me, it's not worth the $30. I mean, that's a lot for a setting powder for me personally, and it just didn't give the brightening effect. If anything, it makes my skin look really flat, like not texturally, but in a color way. It just looks very flat and not flattering at all. So I'm not going to be keeping the setting powder, but I think the foundation is gorgeous. It hasn't oxidized. I think I'm going to keep the foundation. I'm going to try it with another setting powder, but I think it'll go beautifully with another setting powder that I like really trust. It hasn't oxidized. It's really true to color. It's the same color as my neck. It looks great. And as far as like the texture and everything, it just feels like skin. It feels totally weightless. My skin looks flawless aside from like what I can tell from the powder. It just looks awesome. So I am really impressed with the foundation. The powder, I'll pass on the powder, but overall I was really happy with this experience with Too Faced, and the cucumber smell did eventually go away, so that was good. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, please hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment down below. Thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you for choosing to be kind to animals, and I'll see you next time. Bye!